How we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition, LLC. It must be super cold outside. Got the heat on. I can still feel a little bit of chill. All right, so we were talking about the sale, which is about to end. Not about to end, but in a couple of days it's going to be ending. So this is a final sale, which means basically we will not be bringing this product back due to the fact that I told you before that we have contracts kicking in March. And because of that, these contracts, when they first started off, were supposed to be for companies only. Like I said, I do a lot of business with my customers. A lot of my customers are on my Facebook fan page, my close customers. And sorry, all my customers are close, but these are people I just know a little better. But anyway, as I said before, yeah, so we were making decisions on basically not having the product. We wanted the product available for customers, but it depends on what the contracts wanted to do. And the contracts decided that they were only going to do business with companies only, which would opt out my customers altogether. I had customers that were contacting me that were, like I said, in the process of building homes, projects, business ventures, and they were going to be using our technology for that purpose. And if we went down the road we were going to go down, they wouldn't have any access to it whatsoever. They would be at the mercy of the people who have contracts under us. So we came up with a product called customer only. This means the customers are only available, all the customers are only allowed to have these products, and the companies can't have these, which they're well aware of. We made that straight in a few negotiations back and forth that's what we were going to decide to do. Because I really don't want to cut off my customer base, to tell you the truth. I love my customers at the end of the day. And like I said, I learned so much from them, they learn from me. It's a fantastic relationship I have with them. So this is where we have the customer only products, which we have the Black Series under the Professional Black Cinema 1, which I have in the next room for myself at 159 inches. The gunmetal will be launching soon. That's going to be a beautiful, beautiful paint right there. I can't wait for that one. That one is going to be going in here on two giant walls. We're going to be using this whole submerged system in here. And again, when we're doing these setups in these environments, we don't spend a lot of money for projectors. I get that all the time on how much we're spending for projectors. We spend really next to nothing. Like my setup in here, I got one projector I've already coughed up $140 for, and the other one's like $83. So really nothing at all. And the front row, we're going to do the projector mapping. So the projector mapping we did decide to keep. They do have a version of projector mapping that we are developing for them. I told you before, we developed this technology. It takes us no time at all. So in the front row, I'm going to be doing a digital area rug. That's what I'm calling it. But anyway, I'm going to be projecting a kind of design right to the floor where I can change it out any way I want. We also had to have a discussion on projector mapping because I got so much today on projector mapping, it wasn't even funny. Some people that are starting off in the field with projector mapping, there's a lot of stuff I got to explain to you when it comes to that particular area. On hardware, equipment, projectors, and all that good stuff. But anyway, as I said before, these are the ones I'm keeping. The Sugar Plum Fairy, I'm definitely keeping because that is going to be an exciting screen paint. On top of that, the showcase page on the Sugar Plum Fairy is freaking insane. It's actually magical. So yeah. What else do we have here? And we have the Valva paint, which I have over here for Valva. You've got to keep remembering that for Valva. On this side over here, we have customers who buy that product who don't have those projectors, maybe because they want a lighter white level. And it's up to you. It's over there if you want it. We have it over there. And then we have, let me see down here, this is the Complete Cinema. This is the last one. We have it at $162. Somebody came in yesterday and bought 8 units. I was like, gee whiz, that's freaking fantastic. Hey, whatever you're doing with it, and my business, if you're using it to make a little money off of it, no problem. But he bought 8 units, so that's fantastic. I got orders to go out on Monday and Tuesday. Now, they say you place the order on the 28th, right? We still ship out your order. It doesn't make a difference. We just basically won't be taking any more orders. Well, we take orders on the 28th to the end of the 28th at 12 o'clock at night. That shopping cart shuts down for good. So it does come with free worldwide shipping. Those of you asking, we don't charge any surcharge fees. We don't do that. We've never charged surcharge fees any given time, never. So basically, all shipping is free. So price for this one, we used to have it at $332 a quart. It goes for $162. And like I said, it's the last of that product line. Well, not really, because we have this one here, that one there, that one there, that one there. Yeah. All right, I gotta go jump over to my other account real quick, and I gotta pull my pictures. I needed pictures of the black technology. We don't have any pictures on the site for that, and I doubt we have enough room for all of them, so we'll have to just pick and choose which one. There's our dummy label right there, as always. We have our dummy labels until we get them officially registered. Once they get officially registered, we get this little number right here. That certification sealed right there, showing you that the label that we are presenting is now has a copyright attached to it. But these are dummies. Have to have something there to fill in the blanks, right? We even in the dummy labels, we make them look professional. All right, let me see. I need well, we don't have the name Omega there anymore. We kind of changed that out, but we'll put these in here. All right, oops, wrong keyboard. I need to add these to the website. So I just took those this morning. Just put down let's see. No, symbol one. And the music I'm playing is copyrighted free, so I can play it on YouTube with no problems. I had somebody that sit there and sent me, I swear, do people crack books anymore? I literally say this stuff right on camera all the time. I use a lot of copyrighted free music sometimes in some of my demonstrations, especially if I'm using projector mapping, because there is no sound coming out of that thing at all. And it's just deep quietness when you're working with projector mapping. So I had some people ask me about projector mapping, and oh, I love this screen. Just solid black wall just staring right at me. Can't wait till I get the other place. The other place I have, my walls are 3 times the size of this, which I wanted this huge, massive wall. One into the next, just solid black. Let me see. And if you're wondering what's going on with my stuff in here, I'm working in here. This whole floor from here over here has to be recoated with the new stuff. So what I got to do is I have to lay plastic from here to here, and you can roll this on or spray it on. It's up to you. We made it actually 2 different forms because I am not spraying in this environment. No way, no how. But anyway, I'll put some plastic here and here. We'll put all the puzzle pieces together, and then we'll take a roll and go ta 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 ta, and we're done. That's it. We're going to be setting up the projector in this corner pocket over here. I might put it on a rail system so I can slide it up and down, because that would make it a lot more easier for me to adjust my size. And because the way it's standing here, the picture is this way. The landscape is this way. So we have to hook it up to PC. Hook it up to PC, you can manipulate that and turn that into portrait, what portrait would look like landscaping. It sounds confusing, but trust me, it works. All right, so I'm gonna expand this out and all this good stuff, but let me get my pictures here. Make sure I got this. Did I just make a copy of this picture right here? Yeah, I did already, so we don't need that one. Let me go to my next one. There we go, get my fish in there. See my 1 day at a time? I love that. My sister gave me, and I had that for years. This is what I mean by when you take pictures, you have to have the entire environment included in these pictures. I see people, when people take pictures, they be way up on top of the screen. You can't be that close to the screen. You can't see the rest of the screen. If you're going to be that close, you still have to show a little edge of that screen. Something. It can't be just right up on top of the image. So this is about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're not going to get all these pictures on here. I think I took too many. These are the close-ups, so you can still see the environment at the same time. Oh, what did we just do? We just did a copy? I think we copy. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. That works. And I remember many years back when I was just so fascinated when I saw black diamond technology. That's something I brought up, you know, for a lot of these people who are out there claiming that they have products that work. Where are your certified tests? I haven't seen any test against diamond technology. That's a technology that's very hard to beat and extremely hard to beat. It really is. It is something else. That's why they contacted us. They were quite impressed by basically that we were able to, at that particular time, I think it was the D5K we were working on. Yeah, it was the gunmetal technology we was working on. We actually were able to blend into their screen, and they found that insanely, like they were just fascinated by it. That's why they contacted me. But I don't see, like, with black screen paints that I see, people trying to put up black screen paints, we never see like high white levels, snow scenes and stuff like that. You know, they stick to a lot of contrast. Big deal. We all know the screen's going to do contrast. That's nothing new. You got to show something that the screen can't do. And you have to do this in a lot of light. The bigger the screen, the better. Because that means the bigger the screen, it means more light the screen's going to have to accept and take in. That's why it's important. And that's why we like to use the older projectors, so it shows up in the day that we're not using advanced projectors just to beef up the image. This is stuff they see. So if I can see this in your demonstration, guess what? They can see it too. So you want to get noticed by big companies at the end of the day. Big companies know good product when they see it. They can see it in your demonstrations. They can tell if you're cutting corners. They can see everything. You're not fooling anybody at the end of the day. So you see how this image pulls up crystal clear? See how it comes up from corner to corner? That's what they want to see. When you see overshadowing, where it's too dark, like a, what do you call those vintage old-timey pictures that people take and they have the kind of darkened around the area and those black in the middle? Yeah, you don't want that. That means your image is not pulling a white level, can't see it. So there's a problem there. But they see all that. Let me see. Did we take this one? Let me see if we took it or not. I like this music. This free music is pretty hype. Usually I get a lot of jazz music. I can like jazz music, but sometimes it's just a little too much. Sometimes I'm falling asleep. Now, those of you who get offended over what I'm saying, then hey, look, if you can't take pointers at the end of the day, then guess what? You're not going anywhere at all, period. I'm already there. I'm good. I make considering a good amount of money for my product. I get 5 or 6 containers. My product sells for $300 to $400 a pop. So if I got 5 containers on there, I'm done for the day. I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you that's how it is. But in order for you to get to that point, you're going to have to basically stop cutting these corners, and you're really going to have to show product that actually works at the end of the day. You're going to have to test your stuff. What I mean at the end of the day, you're going to have to do tests. And if tests scare you and you're afraid of failure, then you're going to have problems at the end of the day. Because it's the failures that allow you to be able, if you do have them, we don't have much, but if you do have them, it allows you to recorrect problems. Let me see them for a minute when I pop in here. Did we get we got the tiger? Yeah, we got the lizard. Okay, good. So when you sit there and say, I have no knowledge, 8 years ago, where were you? I can go back and I can pull up out of my archives, digital 4K crystal onyx. Where were you? You weren't even thought of. I can go back another, 12 years under digital 1 crystal screen paint. Where were you? You weren't even there. On digital crystal screen paint, that product was so good, I got a global contract with that. The page is still there. See all my stuff right on somebody else's page in another country, with boardrooms and investors and all that good stuff. That shows you how good my grade technology was. Where are your, where you're nothing. You don't have nothing to stand on at all, period. Everything you've done, we did it already. What put our product on the map? Because we did the opposite. We didn't do the same thing everybody else was doing. Everybody wanted to follow the same protocols everybody else. You had to be in dark ambient light controlled environments. You had to do this. You had to calibrate and blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, for the individuals out there, again, got to crack them books, who said that adjusting your projector is calibrating. No, it's not. Go to a forum site with that nonsense and see what happens. As a matter of fact, they have special sections on forum sites that talk about calibrating. When you go in and you basically move things around in your projector, guess what it's called? It's called adjusting your settings. It's not the same as calibrating. When you calibrate your projector, it comes with a disc, comes with all these programs that teach you how to calibrate. There's even basically YouTube video tutorials showing you how to calibrate. None of that involves going in and adjusting and moving things around in your projector. You guys got that one mixed up. I guess anything that works, anything that tries to work at the end of the day, eh? Should have put a Starfield demonstration in there. But like I said, I'm not too fancy on, because again, the white levels are what's more important. Then I get, well, your screen's a little, no, it's not dim. And I'll tell you why. I'm 9 o'clock in the morning at 159 in a fully lit environment, windows exposed, and a high power light over top of my screen that makes contact with my screen 24/7. You guys are sitting in the dark at 100 to 120 inches and on high-end projectors. Some of y'all ultra short throw. Please, if I stick you in my environment, you wouldn't even pull up. There's no way you can maintain in there. Let me see a demonstration of your product inside in my same environment using the same size screen I have. Keep in mind, not only can you not match how many projectors I've actually tested down through time, but you can't even match my screen sizes. I have yet to see our products on 250 inches yet. Not even 180. And keep in mind, I don't have to ever, and I'm thankful about that I've been blessed to be in certain areas where I'm able to really utilize my area. When I was living at the other place, I utilized the daylights out of that backyard. Of course, why not? Why be afraid? If anybody else would have had that much room in the backyard, they would have never used it at all. Never utilized it. Even when I had less space than that, I still utilized it. One of the places I had didn't even have a backyard. It had a driveway. Went out there, did my demonstrations. That's what we call the 1100 lumen challenge. Me out there with a 100-inch screen doing the demonstration. Some of y'all can go out of your apartment, walk over to the lot, which I've seen, and you can do an outside demonstration right out there. You just can't. That's the problem. The opportunities that y'all have, you don't know how to utilize it. Even when I was sitting there at my sister's house in the laundry room, I was getting my licenses.
Yeah, so?
And still making money at the end of the day.
For real? Yep. You're telling me
you don't waste too much time. That's the problem.
For just $1 at Applebee's.
We got a commercial there. $1 at Applebee's. I've been to Applebee's and I don't know how long. Applebee's had this sweet macaroni, but that stuff is freaking the truth. I think I might pop into Applebee's today. Have I eaten at any restaurants since I've been down here? I don't think I have. To tell you the truth, honestly, I don't think I have. Been to a few of them for takeout. That's basically about it. Let's go over here and let's get our outer space display right here. And here we go. We got our snow levels right here. I love these right here. I got this from an actual customer. Showed me these. He basically, it's a cool idea too, used our black technology. And what he did was he cut a hole in the wall, pushed the projector way back. Of course, he had to have some little room back there. I'm pretty sure he built an extension to a room back there to get to the projector. But anyway, he put this black piece of plexiglass up, coated it with our technology, had the projector back there, I think ultra short throw. And he was mapping and showing images. Like he had curtains and everything. Like it was a real freaking window, but it was black. That's the only difference. But when that projector came over with their technology and filtered through, oh, it was amazing. I loved it. Definitely want to do that same design. I get some ideas from my customers too. They have some pretty ingenious ideas. There we go. Look at all that white snow out there on that black screen. They love this on Instagram. We just show a giant black wall and we walk away from it and then the screen just, boom, just blows up in all this white. Now, to save you the nightmare from trying to do this yourself with everyday black paint, that's why we have something called black versus black, because we get it when we go to form sites all the time. We'll get somebody who'll say, well, I can do the exact same thing with black paint. Oh, can you? Do you have any demonstrations on black paint? Oh, yes, we do. Here you go. We just drop an entire demo page on them. That's it. It's a bit overwhelming in that page. We get it all the time. That's why we never find them in form sites. I never, ever see them in form sites. You can't go in there with that nonsense. Like, okay, for instance, they have a section there for OLED TVs, right? Get a gray screen. I can't even go in there with this. The valve, paint for valve, we can't go in there in that section. That's virtually impossible. I couldn't even walk in there with gunmetal. They have screens that produce that solid black. So the gripe they have in there with projection screens is the fact that, number one, you got to be stuck in a dark environment. TVs don't have that problem. They can't say calibrating because I've seen people calibrate TVs, so they really can't put that note in there. They cannot pull 100% black level. I don't care how high your contrast level is on your projector, you don't see contrast, it doesn't pick up. Do they even pick up on this one over here? So they put that in there too also. I don't know if I did that one twice or not, but we'll find out. But anyway, yeah, you don't have much. The two arguments they have there is the fact that you have to spend all this money for an expensive projector and you still can't pick up 100% contrast, and you have to be stuck in a dark environment 24/7. And they're not wrong on that either. What I've seen from YouTube and basically looking around on the YouTube field trip, yeah, they're definitely right. But our technology, on the other hand, can see 100% contrast level. On top of that, the beautiful thing about it is that they say, okay, well, we have 8K TVs, and 8K TV is almost a $100,000 TV. At $10,000 for JVC, $10,000, you can do 8K. And with our technology, then you have 100% black plus an 8K projector, and on top of that, a screen size that is far larger than a OLED could ever be. And keep in mind, projectors can do an actual 16:9 aspect ratio. TVs can't do that unless you can buy one that does that, and that is going to be extremely expensive. You ever know when you watch a TV and it says formatted? Yeah, you're being formatted for 16:9 when a projector actually does 16:9. Or with my projector, my ViewSonic, I can switch over to 235.1. TVs can't do that. They don't have that option. Projectors have that option. So with a real movie theater experience, you get that from a projector, not from a TV. A person can be sitting there watching on an 80-inch and thinking they're watching a movie in full movie theater, and you got a person next door who has a 120-inch screen. Now that's the one that's actually watching in the real movie theater experience. The screen's way bigger than they are. That's what you want. So when I watch movies on here, yeah, it's a movie theater. The beautiful thing I like about the black screen is if I switch up my aspect ratio on my projector, I can switch to anything I want. I don't have to worry about having that white or gray bar piercing me in the face, because usually this is what they do. When you're talking about doing 235.1 and you have a screen that's 16:9, you could do 235.1 on a 16:9, you just can't do 16, you can do 16 on a 235.1, back and forth. But the only problem is you're going to get these bars that are going to pop up. If your screen's gray or if your screen's white, these bars are going to pop up and you're going to see them. And that's why Silver Ticket makes these curtains. So say if you have a 16:9, you're doing a 235.1 movie, you have these curtains that they have that slide here and here. So that way you don't see the black bars. Because at 235.1, and if your screen is cut to 235.1, you won't see those little light areas at all. But with the screen being 100% black, you're not going to see them anyway. You're just going to see a 235.1 screen, that's what you're going to see. That's the benefit of black technology. Now, not to mention the other fellow, because we're not going to mention him in this way. Do you see this right here? Let me go over here and do a little more. Okay, do you see this right here? This is what you're supposed to display when you have a black screen. You see how it comes up from corner to corner white? Oh, I should have put that other demonstration. I didn't even think about that one. I could have did the food demonstration here too, but nah, we got time. I gotta do 1,000 real, whatever, 80, 60, whatever pictures to set up for the showcase page we're gonna be building pretty soon. But anyway, you see how this is Snow White? You see how we got the corners and everything, how sharp? If you can't pull up a basic city scene and it comes up that dark, there's no way in the world you're pulling that. That's virtually impossible. Not going to happen. Got that dark shadow effect going on. There's a fellow, for those who don't know, the fellow who tried to make a black screen paint, and the demonstration outside of that screen was absolutely awful. I mean, it was awful. It was so dark, you couldn't see it. You see the details in here? That's the white levels your screen has to be to pull up. See, there's no dark shadows or anywhere? See all that detail in there? You have to pull all that up in stone white. See that? and you can't pull up a basic contrast city scene with a little bit of white levels in it, and the screen came up that dark, yeah, that tells you at the end of the day, and we know what that's made out of. That's made out of just black and white paint. That's it. That's all it is. You have to be the show. That's why I like this particular demonstration. See the individual strands of grass and the lake, and you can even see where the lake reflects off. You have to be to pick up white levels like this. You wouldn't be to register that at all, period. Your products come up way too dark. Even the 4K Fairy, the one on NVIDIA, there's so much missing off its demonstration. Those wings that she has, they're supposed to be a light purple with a bit of thin light gray traced through them. Even her skin tone doesn't come up correctly. The trees in the background, the bark starts to highlight every time each light comes on. And you can see the individual bark, threads of bark going through the trees. You don't pick up any of that at all, period. It just comes up as these dark black shadows. You haven't tested your product. And then when I go in, I try to find tests. Look for tests. You can look for my products. Type in the word test and put something in and see what pops up. We flood the internet with tests. So when we go in and look for their tests, we don't find anything. Nothing at all. There's no test. You're claiming the product should be used for outside. Where are your outside demonstrations? You literally should have a grid this big. Especially for some of y'all, as long as y'all been on selling these products, you should have a ton of videos right now. So this is what we call the grid. This has not all of our, but some of our outside demonstrations. There's the 2.0. The 2.0 is a screen paint we made just to show them at the end of the day that we can literally make a product that costs less than yours and it's far more advanced than yours. They were so terrified of this product that they tried to slander it as much as they possibly could. They were terrified of the 2.0. But yet, I don't see yet to this day any of y'all matching the test demonstrations under this product. Even matching the environments, the projectors, the certified screens we put against, even the household products, the paints. Haven't done it yet. There's a challenge underneath that product too. It's still there. These are customers. Oh, that's a product. That's a customer right there with a 2.0. Interesting. I really don't think too much at all, period. This is our gunmetal technology. This is the one that's going to have the advancement. We're going to take this particular gunmetal and we're going to advance it to the 48. For those of you out there calling your product gunmetal, stop doing it. You don't have gunmetal technology. Screens are way too light, number one. And on top of that, when you consider the fact that you should be to pull up in an environment that looks just like this. That's what the environment you should be pull up in with no problem.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty Hop.
No Wi-Fi, huh?
Gotta match the good environments, people. Environments are important.
So we can watch anytime.
There's more of our test demonstrations on display. Our product versus black paint, black film, you name it. We've been there, we've done it. So much light we have in these environments, and you guys are stuck in the dark. I mean, I've literally seen demonstrations of people stuck in the dark with very little light in the environment. Can't even see the corners, can't even see the baseboard, can't even see the wood trim, nothing, just in the dark. Calling yourself ambient light projection technology. Here's the grid. This is the grid. So the grid is basically some of our demonstrations for outside. When we have people who sit there and say, well, do you have any demonstrations outside? Now, here we go. We got demonstrations on the Optima GT 5500 outside, motorized projection screens, inflatable screens here. Your inflatable screen came up way too dark. Let me show you. This is why your inflatable screen is supposed to look. See how clean that image is? That's how it's supposed to look on an inflatable. It's not supposed to be so dark you can't make out the edges.
This is our new technology that we have designed, that allows us to be able to have a screen paint that you can apply to an inflatable screen. So like I said, inflatable screens...
Did a whole gaming demonstration on that thing, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
set up. All right, so let's get this going.
In the beginning and the end. Better watch my back.
It's not bragging. It's just basically y'all don't do your work correctly. We see that. That thing's supposed to come up crystal clear. Let me set up a screen. I'm gonna buy another one of those too. This is very affordable too.
The new set was $15,000 system.
Oh, and judging by what I seen on the surface, you rolled that thing in, which you shouldn't have did that. That's what the street marks are for. You got to spray those screens in. You never roll them in. Never. Big mistake, dude. Very big mistake. Middle of a snowstorm. There's even more shady seeing the burning fire in the middle of a snowstorm. Displaying snow off your screen while there's snow on the ground. Again, from corner to corner, it can't come up dark. If it comes up dark with any shadows in here, we got problems. That means the screen's not generating enough white light. You know why it was done outside in the snow? Because snow reflects a ton of white light, which means that screen has to work 10 times even harder now to be able to show off that white level. That's why a lot of people don't realize when we do these demonstrations, of course, especially the naysayers don't see it because they don't do tests. But you know how hard it is for that technology to produce right now? You ever go outside in the middle of a snowstorm and your eyes shut down, you can't see? It's called being snow blind. You got to put on dark shades in order to see correctly. That screen is actually dealing with the light that's pushing off the white that's hitting the screen. So keep in mind, my projector fires off and it travels 18 feet to make contact with that screen. It's dealing with all that white light pushing back and forth. When people sit there and say, we has 4,000 lumens, first things first, y'all don't do your math correctly. You don't start off with 4,000 lumens and end with 4,000 lumens. That's virtually impossible. Your lumens are going to drop depending on how much light you're going to have in the environment. So whoever tells you at the end of the day that you start with 4,000, you end with 4,000, doesn't know jack at the end of the day. No, it doesn't happen. Your projector actually gains lumens when you're in the dark because there's no light to actually diminish the lumen count. But when you're outside, and depending on the size of your screen and how much light it has to absorb at the same time, keep in mind, if your lumen count drops below 1,000, you're going to have an issue trying to make contact, the distance to begin with, and then hitting a screen that's 150, 180, or 250 inches and trying to maintain. At 250 inches, my screen dropped to the top of that balcony, which means it was 11 feet high and over 20 feet wide, and I can maintain a snowstorm at 27 feet back from my screen, easily. So bright that I would reflect off grass alone. That's why we did the demonstration out in the snow, because I knew the screen had to fight 10 times harder in order to push that image because I had to deal with all that white light pushing off the ground and hitting the screen. That's the stuff I like to do because it's fun. Just like the sunbather, building a ledge outside your window, sticking a 1,000 lumen projector out there and letting the sun deliberately hit this projector knowing it was going to diminish the lumen count. That projector had to be to push through that sunlight, whatever was left over, travel 11 feet, make contact with the screen with another additional lamp sitting in front of the screen and still push an image.
Enough dreaming.
Y'all don't push your products that way, man. That's the problem.
You go and get it.
Y'all take the easy way.
I thought I was talking to myself there, but heck.
This is why, at the end of the day, you guys are terrified for us to touch your stuff because you know what we're going to do with it. We're going to do all the tests that you did not do in your demonstrations. I'm going to run it through the grinder, just like the same way I put my stuff through. Well, Jamie can't do a demonstration out in the snow because he's in California, so I can understand that one right there. I mean, you can't really say anything because he's in an area that doesn't produce snow. But there are areas up in Southern California that do produce snow. Right now, they're actually having a little bit of a bad snowstorm there. So he can kind of travel out there if he wants to get that demonstration done. I would. Definitely, that would be a challenge at the end of the day. We got to travel where to get what? Oh, heck yeah, I'm definitely there. But anyway, let's go back over here and let's pull up. We got the outdoors. We even have a demonstration where we literally stuck up what was it, 2,600 lumens to the side of the deck and laid the screen down flat. I wonder if we had that in here in the archives. Oh, there's so many to choose from this thing. Let me see what's going here. Let's go to the archives. And we got to expand. Oh, there's much more than that here. There's a lot. Look at this demonstration we did right here. This is the demonstration we did showing people at the end of the day how your white screens, even at 4,300 lumens, can't push outside. Demonstrations are levels versus black surface. That's our white surface. Here it is, 1,100 lumen challenge right there. Never met, never beat. This is another demonstration we did. Can't do this on a gray screen right here. This is virtually impossible. This is the 12 o'clock in the afternoon? Yeah. That was the Supreme 8. Supreme 8 was a vicious screen paint. I mean, extremely vicious screen paint. What obsoleted the Supreme 8? Well, basically when COVID hit, we didn't have any other ingredients to make. There were no backup ingredients. So we couldn't make the Supreme 8 anymore. The ingredients are designed to make it, and they were the only ones that were designed to make it. All our formulas now have backups just in case. But something we learned in COVID that from now on, when we make a product, make sure it has stair steps attached to it. So that way, if we can't get access to something, we can actually use something else to create the exact same product. The problem we had with the 8 was there was no stair steps attached to it at all, period. And there was nothing else to be able to produce the original 8. So that's why the 8 went under. That's why we never produced it ever again. But the 8 was a beast. And if you notice the demonstrations that the other ones did on the 8, they were terrified. Anytime you see somebody, mind you, our products are tested before we can sell them. They're all tested. They can also test results, upgrade results before we sell them. So this product has already been tested. So when we see people doing fake reviews against a product, this is what that tells me at the end of the day. You fear us. That's what it tells. If you have to go through those boundaries to do that kind of stuff at the end of the day, if you have to go that great length at the end of the day, that means you're afraid of our technology. And we can prove it because, again, we have tons of cancellations on these individuals. They canceled tons of orders on us because they were going to go against the product. That's why the orders were canceled. But they try to go in and put the Karen call in by saying that, no, we don't do business with this and do business with that. Actually, not true. I have unboxing videos on your products. You do business. You do take our money too also. You just are terrified of what we have here. If I place an order right now, I guarantee to get canceled. Money will go right back to my account. The other one, we can't even get access to his website. It's still closed. If I pop over there right now, it's closed. But yeah, they're terrified. And that's why it used to bother me, but now it puts a smile on my face. It puts a smile on my face. It shows that the great length that you go through to basically try to tear down something that you are terrified of. Like the 2.0, where the customer saw that demonstration and said, wait a minute, I came out of the same container he did. What the freak? That's what happens. This is why your credibility gets torn to shreds, because there are other people who have our products. And they're out there looking at you idiots at the end of the day, saying, what the freak is this guy? I have the same thing here. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Anyway, do you have any demonstrations like this? Because again, you can't put things on your site like it works with venue projectors. How many venue projectors do you own? Apparently none. So how can you say you work with a venue if you personally don't have experience with a venue? Using somebody else's venue projector to demonstrate is not good enough. You have to have experience, time with those projectors. I work with these projectors day in and day out. I know venue projectors at the end of the day. You can't say your product works outside. How many test demonstrations do you even have outside? There's not enough. Just showing a blow-up screen and a dark image outside is not good enough. There has to be tons of demonstrations outside. You should have at least, to qualify, at least 60 demonstrations outside. At least. But I like this one. This is pretty good. Yeah, that's the downside about the 8. 8 was actually really, really good. Just can't produce another one. Oh, I said it again. Our demonstration thing is insane. Outside. You ever paint a screen outside? Been there, done that one. It's just things that pop in our head, just crazy stuff to do. 180-inch screen. There's the massive giant Titan 250-inch screen on display. Because I'm looking at my deck, I'm like, we can go bigger. We can go bigger. Why not? Why not go bigger? You know what screens I found the most, I liked the most? It wasn't the giant screens. It was never the giant screens. The screens I found the most comfortable that I actually like to watch were screens that were basically, well, I got 159 in there, but I got distance room in there. That's why. The other place, I had about 18 feet back, but I couldn't pull back 18 feet back for the screen, and the screen wasn't big enough for me to pull back 18 feet. So I was at 6 feet. There I can be 21 feet back from my screen, and I can still see my screen at 159 comfortably. But the more screen, the one screens I like the most are the 100-inch, 127-inch. Those are the screens I like the most. Anything from 130 or 135 and down, I felt comfortable with. The more 120-inch, the 126-inch I had here, oh, I love the screen so much. It's comfortable. It's a perfect size. For the fellow who basically has to watch our screen when trying to watch soccer, and I feel sorry for you, hope you get something better along the way, I really do. This is what your screen should have looked like. We're outside. And no, a gray screen can't pick up outside. Not under venues. They don't pick up under venues. Venues push off too much light.
Spotlights are on.
I got spotlights directly on my screen. This is probably what he was hoping the screen was going to look like.
Also, too, if you're curious to see the dentist,
It's supposed to be clean. Clean. Can't express it enough. We can watch Batman out there. Now, a white screen's not going to pick that up because, again, they can't see contrast. That screen pulls 100% contrast. I think the biggest mistake I made people make when they do white outdoor screens is they figure they get a projector with a high enough lumen count that's going to fix it. Oh, no, it won't. You're going to wash your screen out even faster with that nonsense. That's what's going to happen. Let's get some more videos. I told you the grid is huge. This is another screen we did outside. Grid is massive.
okay, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Burton. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens.
Oh yeah, if you are the naysayers, I would advise you leave because, again, like I said, if no one's in the room, people still watch my videos. They come to watch anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
From now on.
This is what you're supposed to be pulling up on an inflatable. That's how it's supposed to look.
We can ship it anywhere. We're not overseas yet. We haven't decided how much it's going to cost.
Now, the thing about inflatable screens that make them so interesting is that these are screens that are extremely temperamental, which means that surface right there is not going to be stationary. That screen's going to come down, and which means this surface, you're going to fold it again and again and again and again and again, and it can't crack or peel. So you have to make sure whatever coating you have on here is going to work. Some people have the mesh, which has their front and rear. That one right there is a little bit more playable, but this particular surface that they make out of the PVC material is a little bit different. It's extremely temperamental. You will not be folding this thing up over and over and over again. Because what's going to happen is if you use a regular kind of, we can't tell you the formula we're using, but let's just say if you use anything else, what's going to happen is when that PVC is folded, it's going to basically lay right up against each other like that. And what's going to happen is you're going to have heat, and you're going to have moisture, and all that's going to get in there, and then that's going to fuse together. And when you go to pull your screen apart, it's going to rip. I know. You know how I know this? Because it happened to me. That's how I know. It's called experience. That's what it's called, people. Because you did it already. And that's why. That comes from experience. I love this. Look how beautiful that comes up. That is 100% black. I think I took a picture of that and put that on the which one, didn't I? Yeah. I wonder if I can find it. Do we have a picture of the screen that was the laser projector that was mounted to the side of the deck. Then we had a, this is the block of ice. This is where we took a screen and actually froze into a block of ice. We had to take it out with a hammer. Ooh, what's this right here? Oh, this is the other one we did right here. Forgot about this one. We did one with the fish outside, and we did another one with birds. And again, I don't know how in the world some of you, or one of you, don't call yourself ambient light rejection technology. We already know you don't have that capability. But the other one who can't open up the site, the philosopher, you do not have ambient light rejection technology. See how those colors are coming up on that screen? See how dark yours came up? You couldn't even see it? That's how it's supposed to look. Oh yeah, look at that. Do 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 do.
Crystal clear the image comes up. Side, the hours as you can see, nice and bright. So I'm doing this fast demonstration as fast.
With the side angle. You didn't show one side angle on that screen. I know why. Because if you could barely see it from the front, you definitely weren't going to pick it up in the back. And especially when I seen that reflective narrow viewing cone, where that screen automatically went dark when you wanted to go turn to the side. I don't even know how to, I'm still trying to figure out how that one even worked. He had one that was lighter, and that one turned darker, and then when it was darker, it turned lighter. Like, how the frick did you figure out that freaking mess at the end of the day? That's a bit of a mess. But anyway, the reason why the screen you had outside, you didn't see any side angles to it, because again, it would have went completely dark. You're supposed to show this right here. It's supposed to be shown in those demonstrations. Customers are expecting for the screen to work. You do know that, right? I say that to the naysayers when I talk about this, because you guys do such fake and phony products. They're expecting for that to work. See that screen being solid black?
St. Jude is life.
See the star field? You have to be to do this outside. Now, for those of you who have gray products that are claiming, or bottom line, if you have a black product and you can't even pull up a proper white level, you definitely won't pick up the stars. They won't pick up. It'll just be a lot of black. That's basically about it. For those of you who have gray products and you're claiming to be outside products, you're not outside products. Oh, look at that blue. That blue. Maybe we're doing some gaming on that. But I'm telling you, every time I look at a backyard scene, it just reminds me of being eaten alive by mosquitoes. Literally. How much pain I've gone for demonstrations for you guys at the end of the day. How many mosquitoes my backyard was actually having at the end of the day was insane. I would go in the house, I had bite marks up down my arms and everything. Gee whiz Louise. I had somebody even post and tell me, thank you for taking the time to go out, because I did this demonstration out in the freaking, we did this out in the rain. We did it, I remember we did this in the afternoon. This one we did in the afternoon. No, go back to that one. I want to see that one.
Hey, how we doing out there today? First things first, my name is Kenneth Burke. My company is Crystal H Technology Screens. Today,
We're doing a test demonstration outside. See how the game picks up. See that reflection coming off the shark right there? How the shark's pushing through? That's why I said, when I see demonstrations of, and I hate to put this out here, of people, and especially people make these wacky paints that sit there and go, oh, we're in an ambient light environment. No, the heck you ain't no ambient light environment. Are you kidding me? No, you're not. How are you going to tell me you're in an ambient light environment? We're doing stuff like this at the end of the day. This is why we sit there, and I'm not being rude or anything. See that water reflecting off that shark? I'm not being rude to you or anything, but you have to understand, you do not possess ambient light rejection technology. That's ambient light rejection technology. You can't go outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and can't do that on technology. Your product doesn't work. And then you're so terrified. They're so terrified of our demonstrations. Boy, they got to be fake. They can't be real. They can't be real. They got to be fake. No, just because your stuff doesn't work doesn't mean mine does. I basically, at the end of the day, I do testing. You don't test. My stuff works perfectly fine. But as I said before, if this demonstration is fake, right, they should have no problem doing the exact same demonstration I did right here. Except for we just get the excuses all day. You know, I don't got the time, too busy, you know, nobody got time to do 8 and 9 videos a day. You know, we do 8, 9 videos a day because we got so much information to show off, it's not even funny. That's why. You guys don't have anything to show off. You do one demonstration of some guy with a saxophone in a background with all this darkness and go, da 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 da, I'm done. No, you're not done. You're not even close to being done. Oh, this was a good one. What screen paint was this one? We need to bring this thing back and basically put an upgrade to it. Gee whiz. That thing was actually pretty good too. You got anyone in time? Crazy. I'm trying to find that one we did with the laser projector on the side of the deck. That's what I'm looking for. Outside in the rain. Oh yeah, I remember we did this one right here. This was actually outside in the rain.
We're gonna do a road trip video.
Oh, bird, stop doing that. Outside in the rain. I saw you and him.
We're gonna do a road trip video. I wanted to do actually from the last video I just did. I wanted to actually.
This is outside in the rain on plexiglass. Someone was asking if it's possible if the screen paint was weatherproof. Can it be used outside?
It was sprayed with our luminous superior ambient rejection screen paint. Like I said, this is one.
Oh, we can bring this one back. You know how big my cookbook is at Crystal? Oh my goodness, man. We can bring any one of these technologies back and put them 3 codes into it and boom! The 3 elements. Automatic 48 from the door. 48s are beasts when it comes to ambient rejection. Gee whiz, we got to figure out where this one's at. I'm going to figure out my cookbook where that one's at. That was actually an insanely product right there. Look at this. This is black. And the rain, in the rain, soaking wet. I love it. Freaking love it.
Hear that rain coming down.
Now, if you notice, you see where the logs are? We put them there because we wanted the screen to be off the porch. We didn't want it to be on the porch. If it's on the porch, that means it's being protected by the roof. We didn't want that. So that's why we set it off the porch. When I do demonstrations, I do them correctly. I don't hide my screens under doorways and all that other dumb nonsense. I see people do that, hide them on a doorway. Oh, it's ambient light rejection. No, the freak it ain't. Take it off the porch and stick it down there and see what happens. That thing is supposed to pick up. Oh, my goodness. You see the rain coming down on my screen right here? You can see it right there. All that rain pushing down my screen. Yeah. That's why I said we bring your stuff down here for testing. Your stuff will get crushed down here. Matter of fact, I'm working on getting my own test facility pretty soon. You think the test when we put our stuff under is brutal? Oh wait, you see what we do to the freaking the new one technology coming out. The Alpha 1's are gonna go through brutal testing. Some of you out there watching other demonstrations who challenge your technology may pee a little when you see exactly how badly these screens are going to go into a brutal test. Mine, one of those Alpha 1s have sun killer technology embedded to 100%, so they have to take a ton of punishment. Oh man, I can't wait. Oh, we got some more in there? Oh yeah, we do got more. We got more. Here's another demonstration. 720p projector only. Oh, black contrast demonstration outside.
Okay, how we doing outside?
720p only. I love doing these demonstrations.
We're going to be outside on the
150 is 150 outside. Doing outer space. Doing outer space. Switching over to the snow. So basically, when you're watching demonstrations of people showing up the screens, it's supposed to show off several different environments. One, color patterns are extremely important. When they do color and patterns, they're supposed to do it against the comparison screen. And this they should be doing against certified only, which I don't see. Where are your certified demonstrations against elite screens? I'm not talking about one of them, I'm talking about all of them. We did just about all of the elite screens. We even did their cellular light projection technology. Where are your demonstrations at? And where are you against the notorious diamond screen? I've never seen any of y'all do any tests against diamond. What's the problem with that? Look how fast they leave the room when we mentioned black diamond. Yeah, because that's a beast of a screen to beat. That's a good one. That's an extremely good one. Y'all fear diamond. And you should. Diamond technology is very good. That's why it's an honor for us. I didn't like the way they treated us, but I give credit where credit is due. The technology is extremely good. As a matter of fact, like I said, it's because of diamond. It's a reason why we headed on this path. That's why. Diamond technology is very good. You guys can't handle diamond. You can't handle that technology. It is too much for you. How are you going to base at the end of the day take us on? And you can't even handle diamond technology. Do you have any idea the white levels that a diamond can pick up? It is insane. It's beautiful. Very beautiful technology. Like I said, not a big fan of how they treated us, but I give credit where credit is due. If Diamond ever decided one day to sponsor us, would I take it? No, I don't want it at the end of the day. Why would I? But I give credit where credit is due. Their product is good. It's actually one of the best gunmetal screens I've ever seen. And that's what changed me to go in this direction of after what I saw. But that much of an impression on me that a person was developing nothing but gray screen paints, even had a contract, a global contract. And after witnessing Diamond's technology, I was like, gee whiz, if this is where the future's going, I need to be on this wagon. And that's where I went. If I had went outside with digital crystal screen paint, that screen wouldn't be able to pull up. I would never see that image. So, if your product is that good, can you take on Black Diamond? And my answer to that is no, you cannot. From what I've seen already in some of y'all demonstrations, you couldn't go near that technology. That's why y'all never ordered it. And the entire time y'all had your product, y'all never ordered it, did any tests against Diamond. Yeah, Screen Innovations technology is good.
All right. I like how the weather's taking out.
And I never want them to think at the end of the day that I'm saying this because I'm kissing their behind, because I'm not kissing your behind at the end of the day. Your technology is good. I give credit where credit is due. If you can't take on Diamond, how are you going to take on us? Oh, look at this one right here.
So what time is it?
We're at 5:15 outside.
Disconnect this for a minute. That is kind of low. Show you where the meter will be going crazy. This one's going down. So we'll walk over.
So I can show you snow levels and I can show you contrast levels. From what we've seen on the black technology, they can show you the snow levels, but they can show you contrast levels. And what we see on the gray screens, they can show you snow levels, but they can't show you contrast. We can do both. Black screen, what I've seen, you have to have white levels to pull that one too on top of that. I love the whole vinyl thing. Where he said, well, you're challenged for vinyl? Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how many tests I do on screen paint alone on black versus black? Please, vinyl, been there, done it, you're late. Boy, you guys are always late. The naysayers are always late, not you guys. They're always late. They come up with these ingenious ideas. They think they're actually going to work. What about this? What about that? Have you done this? You done that? Yes, we have. Now, let's talk about you. What have you done? Where are your test demonstrations at? All right, you don't have any, right? Okay, then you don't need to be talking. You really don't need to be talking at all. Let me see. I wonder, let me see if we can find that one. It was a Casio laser projector. Let's see if we can track this thing down. Casio laser projector outside. Boy, this is a dangerous projector. Boy, I'm telling you, this was a really dangerous projector. You have no idea how dangerous this projector is. Casio projectors, I had quite a few of these, are very interesting. These don't come with the safety cutoff switch if you walk in front of them. That's an open active laser. If you see them on eBay and they don't have the lens cap on them, don't buy them because you're asking for it. On so many levels, it's not even funny. That laser is always active. Even when you turn it off, it's active. So my biggest mistake, oh yeah, I did laser against a 4K. No, it's laser against 720p. When did we do this one? Gee, now I got to expand the page again. I forgot about the laser projector setups. People ask if we done laser. Yeah, we've done laser already. We've done laser quite a few times. Gee whiz, I forgot about that. Gee whiz, now I have to go put a section in for laser because we did laser already. So Casio projectors, I find fascinating about them. And it's a good projector, don't get me wrong. It is laser, LED, and hybrid. It's a hybrid projector. So the DOP base, but the lens coming out of it is LED and laser at the same time. They are super bright. They put basically the laser projectors today to shame. That's the real deal. But the problem with them, they don't come with the cutoff switch. Like if you walk in front of it, it doesn't cut off automatically. This thing is still active. So like I said, if you find them, and you can find them all over eBay for like under $100, just make sure it has the lens cap attached to it. Because if it doesn't have that lens cap, and you will notice it'd be like a lens cap like no other, it has a silver coating on it. Because what happens is when you basically put that cap on and that laser is still bouncing forth, it's hitting the silver coating and it's bouncing back into the chamber. That's what's going on. I had mine off one day. I came down, so went upstairs to go take care of some business, and I came downstairs and flash went off on the side of my face, and I literally had white spots on one side of my eye. Like I was really messed up for the whole entire day. And then I realized I got hit by the laser from the projector. And I'm thinking it's off. I turned it off. It's in standby, and I didn't even think about basically putting the lens on. I mean, what I need it for? And I found out why I needed it. So if you have one of them, and you get one of them, you have to be extremely careful, especially if you got small kids walking around or pets. That thing can be really, really lethal at the end of the day. You can really get hurt on that. Let me see something for a minute. That's what you got to be careful about. Let me get my music back in here. I'm cutting my music off. Music. Yeah, so that's the thing about the Casios. But now we got to put a section in for laser projectors because we did laser. I literally forgot we did these things. There's my projector right there. It's my Casio laser projector, and they're lamp free, which means there's no lamp in there at all. Period. That's why I said, if your projector takes a lamp and it has a laser, no, something's wrong there. Because laser projectors don't house lamps at all. That's why I see projectors now talking about, I'm going to tell the Casio takes a lamp. It shouldn't. Any projector that has laser should not be using lamps. There's something really wrong if you have a lamp in there. They're lamp free. Yeah, it was 2,500 lumens, because I have it right here. It's 2,500 lumens. That was the projector I have right there. I'm going to do something. Projector central. That's the green slim model. I don't even have that one yet. Oh, somebody did the stacking, and they're easy for stacking. You like projector stacking? Guess what? Them things are fantastic for that. See, I get me one of these, I'm gonna have to have it up high. And the reason why, because I got a cat, and I don't want my cat walking in front of this thing. Before it was by myself, I didn't have to worry about it. I already knew the laser was there. And even when I was with my ex, I explained to her, like, don't walk in front of that thing or I'd unplug it. Because again, like I said, even when you turn them off and standby, laser is still freaking active. And it even has a warning sign telling you that it's still active. Ah, there's the 150-inch screen custom built. I built my own movie screen. That thing was looking nice, man. That's why I started doing the movie curtains. That's a big screen too. Another thing about that projector also too, when you're putting the lens cap on, turn your head. Because the laser can actually reflect off the lens cap and strike you. Gives off a little bit of a flash. Oh, that's the Japanese tea room. That's the projector right there. See how bright them things are? They're super bright. That was the best laser projector I've seen so far. And especially they're really reasonable. They're not really expensive. Completely lamp free. You will never ever buy a lamp as long as you live. Just have to make sure when you buy this thing, that you have someplace where you're not going to walk in front of it. See that lens cap right there? See how it's silver like that?
Comes with the power adapter.
They have special power adapters. They're really odd looking. 3 prongs. I think I got one around here somewhere. 3-prong power adapter. You get them on eBay for like $2. That thing is so sharp. It's so clean. I'm going to buy me another one. Because in here I have it up on the stand. And I have it high enough where Taco can't walk in front of it.
You can actually adjust it with a projection. You would never have to worry about that.
Oh, that's my 235.1. We can do 235.1. Yeah. The screens were walls are gonna be all black. That's why. Or gunmetal. There's no, but that projector is absolutely beautiful. I have quite a few of them. How I found out about this projector? I was in a business deal. And someone sent me one for free. They just sent it to me for free. And when I got it, I was like, what the freak is this? Because I've never even seen it before. Like, I've never seen that kind of, I didn't even know Casio made projectors at the time. I know they made some, but not on that level. I was like, lamp free? There's no lamp in here? Are you kidding me? So I went to turn that thing on at 2,500 lumens, and man, that thing put my $3,000 lumen projector to shame. I was like, gee, what is this super bright? But I got it for free from somebody. Someone I was doing business with gave it to me for free. That's when I also realized too that you walk in front of it, you will pay for it dearly. So right here, if you notice when I'm showing off the projector here, let me go back here to where I'm showing the projector. I always had tons of projectors laying around. Look at this. All my demonstrations, I've always had projectors laying all over the house. I actually gave this one away. This was a ViewSonic short throw. Gave that away. This one I gave away too. Trying to see what I'm showing off the projector. I wonder if eBay has any more of those. I mean, they probably do got tons of them, but yeah, just make sure you get that lens cap on there, because if you don't get that lens cap on there, you are screwed. You will get messed up. And this is on standby. Imagine if I had it turned on and I walked in front of it. Yep. But I knew better than that. It's a laser. Some people don't think about that. Let me see. I forgot which one I had. This is the one I had. Yeah, that's my projector right there. If you notice, right, when you watch me do these demonstrations, when we come out looking for projectors, we show off the most demonstrations on YouTube on different kinds of projectors. The rest of them, they'll be on the same machine over and over and over again, all day, every day. I need to buy one of these. Oh, that's the ultra short version. Now the ultra short throw version of that one did have a cutoff safety. If you leaned over top of it, shut off. This is also lamp free. I wonder what the just 5 years ago. That thing has to be really affordable. Yes, of course, I'll order in that one. Oh, that's not even possible. That's not going to happen in a million years. No way in the world. See, this is what I hate about these freaking fake thumbnails. That's a white screen. There is no way in the world white screen is going to come up looking like this. That is not going to happen. Gee whiz Louise. What does it really look like? I saw that movie. Best outdoor projection screen. That's what he has labeled at. Yeah, that's a real good image. That's not good at all. It's actually horrible. Look how close the projector is. I would not have the thing that close to a pool. Not especially with water in it. Look at this. You've got to be kidding me. No, man. No. Not even freaking close. There is no way in the world that screen should ever look that washed out. That didn't even look like the thumbnail. You look at the thumbnail, everything became a little sharp and bright. I can't stand when people do stuff like that, man. You got to be in the dark to get this thing to even work. Look at this.
Right there. Then I've got space right there. So I'm fine with that picture, right? So you just go out.
You're fine with that picture. That's awful. That doesn't look like your thumbnail in here. That's your thumbnail right there. So this is what you think you're going to get. You think you're going to get that image right there. And a fully, no, that's fake. That's never going to happen. Not ever. White screens don't produce outside anyway. They come up way too dark. No, sorry, they come up way too they wash out. That's never going to happen. They're supposed to be. Okay, how we doing up there? First things first. Sorry about the bump in the stand real quick. I'm trying to get that. Image is supposed to look like that. This is why it's going to be, one of the things that's going to be easy for us to be able to dominate in is white screens outside. Everybody out here got backyards, literally everybody. There's restaurants out here, they got outdoor white screens. When I was out here, I was doing my homework. I was walking around in and out of the restaurants and stuff, and I was watching every single one of them had a white screen outside for their customers. This summer, I'm cleaning all that up. That's all going to be black technology. Because outside, they can't do this. And I've seen their projectors. Their projectors are crazy expensive. The 7,000, 8,000 lumen projectors they got out there. You know why they spent all that money for the projector? Because the screen wouldn't pick up. They figured with the projector at 8,000 lumens, it would be to cut through all that ambient light, make contact with the screen, and the image would pull. Now realizing that you just added an additional 8,000 lumens to your screen, it's going to wash out even faster. See how beautiful that image pops up? That's how it's supposed to look outside. Never supposed to be washed out like that. Should have been much better. Image should have been much better. Outdoor projection screens. There's our tech right there. Nice screen, but that's my washout. Oh, ceiling light projection technology. We had it so, yeah, we've had that years ago. This is all we're getting for outside. The things to know. Thursday, the truth about, yeah, whatever, dude. You can't even keep your website open. Moving on. How are you going to explain to somebody the theory of projection screens and you can't even keep your website open? I don't even know how to freak that even works. That's like somebody saying, yeah, we got the new Bugatti. It's the best car on the planet. Faster than any car on the market. But the store is always closed. That don't even work. That's a good idea with the cement buckets here, but keep in mind it's gonna be stationary. You're not moving it any place because, I mean, unless you're gonna drag and drop some cement buckets from A to B. But if it's a stationary screen, it's gonna stay in the car anywhere, it's actually a pretty good idea. But I did mine with rocks and sand and did the exact same thing, and I can move it where I want it to go. But, you know, if you're doing it stationary, that's a fantastic idea. It's a lot cheaper too. You can basically fill that up with cement, drop those buckets right into the ground and hide them, and that's it. You're good. You can set up a nice grommet screen easily. 2 of them buckets right there. Fill them up with some cement. Now, if you're gonna make it, we're gonna move it around, put rocks and sand in. But if you're not in stationary, what I would do is fill it up with cement right to the top, dig a hole in the ground, drop them in the ground, bury them in there nicely, and then do one on one side, one on the other side. Take a piece of wood, put it here, drop your grommets in, well, not your grommets in, they call them loop screws. Put your loop screws for each grommet, and that's it, you're done, that fast. Easy to do outside setups. Now, them screens, they sell you on eBay, not eBay, Amazon, the ones that got that kind of 3-peg system. It's a peg here, and it starts off with a triangle in the back with a peg here. They're garbage. Them things will blow over with a ceiling fan. Not that good at all. They put them on these flimsy kind of bamboo sticks, and they bend and they fold at the end of the day. I tested a few of those things out. They're trash. It's better off just doing it yourself. Just go down and get yourself a nice couple of 2x4s, drop them to your 5-gallon containers, fill that with cement, and then drop that right into a hole in the ground. That way you don't see that big old ugly yellow bucket staring back at you. Now you can basically put a little pebble rocks or maybe some wood chip down if you want to do it that way to camouflage it real nice. Or if you can get grass to grow around it, so be it. Other than that, you want that big old yellow bucket staring back at you. Now you got a frame from here to here. You can drop and turn around, put your board here, and that's it. You're done. That's it. And anytime when you build your frame, you always make your frame slightly bigger than the actual screen. That way you got a little pool room in there so you can actually tighten the screen up and add some tension to it. Real easy. But that's actually, like I said, a really good idea. I built enough outdoor screens. I can show you all different ways how to build screens. I can show you how to make a screen that actually folds in half. Like literally, you can fold the screen literally in half, but you need a special kind of material for that. Best you use that with spandex, because again, you don't want too much bubble give in the middle. You actually had to build just about any kind of outdoor projection screen your wild heart could ever think of. And it's cheap and affordable. I built enough of them outside. I built this stand for motorized projection screen. And on top of that, I tell people when you build your stand for motorized projection screens, make sure that you have a guide system on it. Oh man, I have to explain that one. That's going to be a bit of a headache. All right, so basically, wind eventually is going to hit the back of your frame, and it's going to blow your screen back and forth. So that's why when you build it, I didn't have to worry about this one because we didn't have too much wind out there for this one. But when you build it, you want to make sure it has a back to it. So that way there's no wind hitting the back of your frame. But what if it hits the side of it and it causes it to move? Well, then what you do is you take a piece of board and you put it down. It's going to be like a, I don't even know how to explain this, man. It's so hard to explain this. It's going to be like a where your screen comes down, you're going to have another board here. That's going to keep it from moving back and forth. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Now, I did mine with a hinge in the middle, so that way I can bring the hinge down and basically place my screen in, slide it in between the groove, and lock the hinge back in place. That way the screen can't move anywhere because it's locked in between that two little area right there. That's a fantastic way to build up outdoor motorized projection screen setup. Now, if yours isn't designed to be weatherproof, mine was designed to detach from the frame, and I can take the whole thing inside. I advise you, if you're going to be doing anything about 120 inches, you may want to make sure it's weatherproof, because that's a lot of screen to lift up and carry from A to B. How do you know all this? Because I built enough things outside, that's why. I've been there and done it. 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 It's mine right there. I built one already. Been there and done it. I had LED lights at the top of mine and everything. That's my setup.
So a few people were asking me about the motorized screen on the floor, and then see the light outside.
built that stand. I think it's fun too.
Actually, I'll do a few demonstrations. This is the last one I wanted to do for today.
If it had a lead light went over top of it. And that was a Supreme 8, by the way. We love you, Supreme 8. Rest in peace. There'll never be another one like you. My neighbors could see this screen from across the street. They could literally see it from across the street. And they was always asked about the screen, but I was going to be showing up the other night. Oh, I miss all this stuff now.
Okay, how are we doing up there? First things first, for the moment, focus screen can
All right, well, I'm done here. Did I update my pictures in there yet? Oh, crap. Forgot we got to update pictures. What the heck am I doing? When they're talking about my stuff. Let's go over here. I'm going to do the update for this right here. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm going to start working on my digital rug. That's next. I'm putting my digital rug in. Pretty cheap. Just got to go up and pick up another Fire Stick. Pay for the YouTube. Commercial free, because I like using the YouTube because the screensaver. I don't want commercials popping up in the middle of our rug. And then I got to go, no, wait, I forgot. Well, we do gotta get the commercial free because I'm setting it up. It's not gonna go through a Fire Stick, it's gonna go through a computer because I need to change the portrait mode to landscape, or landscape to portrait mode to get it sitting in the middle of the rug, middle of the floor perfectly. All right, I need to put my pictures in here. We have too many pictures. They're not going to all fit in there. You know that from the door. Let's see. Let's see how many we got. Gee whiz. Yeah, we took way too many. What have we got? 37. 37 is not going to fit in there at all, period. We got to build a showcase page because we can't put all our pictures in there. Literally, don't give you enough slots for pictures. They only give you like so many. So we maxed that up. No time at all. I'm gonna get myself some cereal and watch some cartoons today too. Oh, I forgot we're doing projector mapping over here. Literally forgot we're doing that. Not even at 37 yet. Ooh, I'm hungry. Have a better. Thirty-seven. All right. Oh, got to taste these new ones. All right. Let me see. Okay. I'm not gonna get all these. see what we get. I need that screen to come in black. I need to put this out. There we go. I need this one. Should have colored my screen. Alright. So anyway, take this one out. We don't need that one. This one's good. I want this one has more of an impact. That one's better. We can add those in there. Okay, now take let me see. That's it. Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely put in a that showcase page. We literally don't have enough room for all our pictures. I'm gonna do a video demonstration right here too. I'm gonna do one on ultra short throw. I actually got 3 demonstrations to put links. One on ultra short throw, one at 1,000 lumens, and another one at the projector we're using right now, which is 5,000 lumens. Alright, that's basically about it. The end probably March the 1st. Release cinema is being removed off the website for good. Right now we got it at $162. After that it's gone. Gotta go. Thank you all and thank you for your support and God bless.